Hi everybody, welcome into my channel. It's kind of late here tonight and I couldn't sleep and figured I'd get on here and show you guys what I've been working on and maybe give you a little story or two and just see where the night takes us. Yeah, it's been storming here pretty good, so I haven't really been able to get outside much with the storms, and the weeds in my yard have taken over, and my flowers are really pretty, but I don't really want to show you guys because I got so many weeds out there. It's kind of embarrassing, but we have been getting a lot of blackberries, and we've made some blackberry jelly and jams and stuff, and just been doing that and just hanging out trying to get a few things done around the house. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I did get a few things done. As you guys know, I got a couple granddaughters and I've been trying to make little things for them. I'm fairly new to crocheting. I mean, I'm not like a beginner, but I don't know, couldn't go out there and make something real fancy. I'm not that good at it yet, but I did make some of these roses here. I put some little pearls in them. Just crocheted them up and put a little stem on them and took some flowers and did that and made a little bouquet of flowers. I made different colors. There's a yellow one and a lighter pink, and this one is purple. Y'all can see that. And this one is a lavender, but on the camera it looks gray, but it's not. It's like a lavender, and then I got an orange one. But yeah, and I did make a red one. So yeah, I made some of those. And if you guys remember back a while ago, I was showing you I was making all them different colored little squares. I started putting them together. So I'm making a throw I'm just going to keep going, and I'm putting a border on it, because I didn't make enough squares to kind of make it wide, so I'm putting the stripes around it now just to make it a little bit wider. So that's what I've been doing there. Still working on that one. I watched Bag O' Day on her little girl dress tutorials, and I did the best I could on following one of hers, and I made a little dress here. I'm hoping my granddaughter don't watch this because I want to surprise her with it, but I made this little dress. Well, she's probably a 5, 5X, 6X, something like that, size that she's in. I did this, and I did it with that Pound of Love, and this one is just I think it was a red heart that I just did around here, and I put a little yellow ribbon through it. It looks pretty wide on the camera, but it's really not that wide. But yeah, I put a little yellow ribbon on it, and I put the little ruffly thing at the bottom. But I made that, and I did some embroidering, and I picked this bag up, and it was just black on the linen and stuff, so I brought it home and I put my little twang to it and put some color to it. I think I might have got this bag at the dollar store or something like that. I'm not real sure, but I embroidered the leaves and did some embroidering on that. So that's what I did on there. And I am starting another little dress, and it's one of Bag O' Day's patterns too, and it's for my other little granddaughter, and it's going to have a button closure front right here, and I put they're like little, and you just do this all the way down, and it kind of gets fluffy as it goes down. But I just did this one, and I'm gonna put some little buttons on it right here. There'll be little buttons going down it. But I made that, and I'm gonna trim the sleeves too. Put some little ruffles on the sleeves. But I grabbed this yarn at Ollie's, and I think it was called Roll With It, maybe. It was just like a tweed. And I started doing it. I thought, well, you know, I could keep going and maybe put some sleeves on it and not do this and just bring this all the way down. And I could make her like a little jacket or a sweater, because it's kind of a heavy, you know, yarn. But they live in South Dakota, so it's going to get cold there. So I figure I'm still going to put some sleeves on it. And the little purple one, I'm going to make a little Bodero. I don't know if I'm going to do that or just buy her a shirt, a turtleneck thing to go under it. But I know she's going to have a long slip. You know, I'm going to get her a slip to wear with it. But I don't know. I'll have to figure something out there. If you guys got any ideas, just kind of give it to me in the comments. And I'll do what I can do there. I also was at the dollar store, and I found these bags. I don't know, I've been kind of on a bag kick lately. I don't know what's gotten into me, but I found these bags, and it says, you know, I'm always telling everybody be kind, you know, be nice to one another, and just be kind. Well, this says choose kindness. And what I thought about doing is going through a bunch of my iron-ons for embroidery or stuff, or just come up with something on my own and embroidering this one up too, you know, with the choose kindness. And I like the little darling people, you know, the little boys and girls, you know, the little Dutch boys and girls that sit there, and sometimes you see him, he's handing her a flower, or they're eating an apple together. I thought about putting that on here, you know, showing kindness, you know, like, I don't know, I thought of that. And just, you know, or Saucy Sue, if you guys know who she is. It's a little cartoon character that they have on that, where she's baking pies or doing something like that and handing them to somebody, or handing somebody a pie. Just something in the kindness. But I got 2 or 3 of these. I figured I'd embroider them up. So, and I got some stuff to finish. I'm going to make a wreath for my back door. I got a summer one up there now, but I'm going to do a fall one, I think. And I did get some stuff to do that with. I think I put it in this bag. I did some of it. But, yeah, I'm going to put some burlap on the wreath form and then wrap these vines around it. I got a couple of those. And if the pumpkins are in here, I'm not sure. I'm hoping they are, but probably not. They're probably somewhere else. And I got some greenery to go in it. And yeah, I don't see the pumpkins in here. They're probably on a table over there or whatever, but I got some different things. A little, let me grab, excuse me guys, I'll get it and show you. Okay, I got them all right here. I can show you. Sorry about that, but they were just up there and I couldn't do it and keep you in focus, so I just got them. But I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna wrap it in, like I said, burlap, and I'm gonna put these on it. I found this little, these cute little gnomes. I found these at the Dollar Tree, but I'm gonna incarcerate these in there somehow. Little boy and girl on there. And I found these little, they're like knitted pumpkins. I'm gonna put them on there. And found some acorns. And I got these little pumpkin lights. They work on a battery. And I'm gonna put them on there on a wreath form. And and I got some ribbons to put a big bow on it. And I don't know if those are close at hand. I don't want to go out again, but yeah, I got them right here. I don't know why I should keep all this stuff up here where you guys didn't have to get out of focus to show you. But here's some of the ribbons I got to go on it. This has got a little wheelbarrow. I'll glare on it a little bit there. It's got a little wheelbarrow with some pumpkins. Then I got this to kind of break up the color. I've had this. And this. I'm just going to make a big old bow. I got that one. I'm going to just put the bow on it. And then I got some of this little trim ribbon. I thought that might come in handy for a little something in there. Just enough stuff to, you know, put on a little wreath from my back door. Like I told you guys, if you ever, my very first video, I do a lot of different things. I don't just crochet, I don't just embroider, I quilt, I try to keep busy with a little bit of everything. I'm just one of them that I get bored with something, I move on to another and another and another, and that's just the way I roll. I get tired of it, I push it to the side. I did finish my son's Ohio State blanket. You guys knew one of my videos, I was working on that, but I did get it done. There's part of the, oh, it's so big I'd have to stand up and show you, but I've done focused out of the camera enough. But I did this. There's, maybe I could show you the O. Gonna disappear again on you. But there's the O. I got that done. His birthday's coming up, so he'll be able to take that home. And I got to get my other son his done. And just a few things I've been working on and trying to get it done. And I was watching a TV show the other night, and it was about some dogs and some ghosts, and I can't remember the name of the show, but me and my husband was watching it and got to laughing a little bit. And he says, "Do you remember about the story you told us on the dog?" And he said, I said, "What dog?" He said, "Yeah, remember the ghost dog?" I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Okay." Well, he got laughing, but at the time it wasn't funny, but it was funny. So you guys can judge if it's a comfort dog or if it's a dog you wouldn't want to come in your room and you'd run it off. But years back, my grandpa Steve, he was a man I took care of, and I always called him Grandpa Steve. He'd known me my whole life, and my papa was, he died when I was real little, so Steve kind of stepped in and took his place. Well, I took care of Steve for years, and he got cancer, and I kept him until, you know, it was time that he needed to go into a facility that could, you know, help his move transition over smooth and help the family. And a lot of you know it. I don't know if I could say the name, but a lot of you know it as like hospice or something like that. So I'm just going to throw it out there. It was a beautiful place, put it that way. I mean, they made it a really time where you could really sit there with them and be with them, and they were so kind, and they were there with you, and it was just, I can't say enough about them. But anyways, Grandpa Steve was there. He went in actually earlier than what we thought the time he had left. I mean, nobody's God. You can't pinpoint when somebody's gonna go, but it was to the point to where he, you know, he needed to be there and have around the clock medications and more stuff to do for him than what I could do. So, and it was, like I said, it was like a home away from home. It was very comfortable. We had a living room. You had it all. But I went up there a few times, and I had seen, you know, a dog running around, but I had figured it belonged to somebody that was up there visiting, maybe brought their dog to see him or something, you know, like that. Well, I'd go down and see Steve. I'd sit there with him, you know, and I'd go home long enough to cook dinner, change clothes, get a shower, and then I'd go back. Well, I went back, and one night, this dog followed me in the room. And I thought, oh, somebody lost their dog. Steve goes, "Get that dog out of here, get that dog out of here right now." And I thought that was kind of funny because he loved dogs. Growing up, you know, we had dogs around him and stuff, and I thought, well, maybe it's just he's in pain or he's just being grouchy or whatever. He just don't want the dog. So I kind of walked out and tried to get the dog to follow me, and it did. Well, a couple times later that day, that dog kept coming in the room. So finally I just got up and I, you know, got the dog out and I shut the door, and Steve says, I don't want that dog in here. And I said, well, Steve, I've never known you to not like dogs. It's not bothering you. He said, I just don't want that dog in here. I said, okay, I'll try to keep it out, but if I keep it out, I got to keep the door closed. So later on that evening, I went down to the little kitchen there, and I was going to get some coffee because I was going to set up with him and stuff. And, you know, stand there. And I went down, got some coffee, and I think I got him some lemonade or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I got him some. And the dog come in the cafeteria. And I thought, well, okay, I don't believe that's somebody's dog. I'm going to ask the ladies about this dog. I mean, because I petted it, was kind, it was everything, you know. And I went and asked one of the ladies that was there. I said, there's a dog that's been coming around. I said, I didn't know if it belonged to somebody or, you know, if it was supposed to be in here or not. I said, but it was in my grandpa's room a few times, and he didn't want it in there. And she said, oh, no, that's just Molly. She's a support dog. And I said, oh. She goes, yeah, we like to keep her around here because she likes to visit the residents. And she says, and she's very smart. And I said, she is? And she said, yeah. I said, well, she seems friendly enough. She goes, yeah. She goes, she'll go in the room and visit people. You know, don't get many visitors and stuff. And she goes, but a lot of times she knows when people are going to transition over. And she goes in there and she sits with them. And then she'll come out when, you know, they deceased or something. She'll come out, sit by the door, and she whines. And I said, oh. So I got walking back down the hall, and I thought, well, that explains if Steve knows the story. That's why he don't want her in there. So I didn't think too much of it, and I come home, and I was telling my husband about the dog. Him and my son, they were sitting on the couch, and I said, yeah, I said, they got a dog up there at the hospice center. I said, it actually lets them know when people are going to pass on and go over. And they're busting out laughing, and laughing so hard they was about ready to piss their pants. But they were laughing, and I said, you guys think that's funny? People are dying? And they said, no, we just think it's funny. Can you imagine laying in the bed and that dog coming in there and them old people laying there going, get out of here, dog. Not tonight. No, don't let it be tonight. Get out of here, dog. Get out of here. I didn't think about it that way, but after I thought about it, I said, yeah, well, that explains why Steve didn't want it in the room. But yeah, it was interesting. I thought I'd tell you guys the story of Molly, but she's not there. I think she died, oh God, years back. But yeah, just support dog. You know, my husband said support dog or the death dog. You know, which one do you want it to be? And I'm going, well, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it gives some people, you know, probably gave comfort to, you know, if they were up there and had nobody coming up much, the dog probably went in there and give them comfort. But I'm sure if they knew the story, yeah, I'd be sitting there freaking out if it come in my room too, unless I was really ready to go. But some people are afraid of death, and I can imagine them freaking out. But yeah, I just thought I'd run that story by you. Some of you said you know, like some stories, you know, you like some of the stories, and yeah, there's a few other ones. A couple of you said you'd like to hear some more stories about the coal camps that my mom and them lived in when they were kids, and I've got a couple of stories that I'm still trying to find out if I'm able to read the chapters of the book that was, you know, I've inherited, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm not real sure yet about the copyright and if I'm allowed to read it on the channel or whatever, but it's a pretty good book, and there's some funny parts in it. But as soon as I find out, I can let you guys know. Also, I wanted to thank everybody. I'm almost at the 250 subscribers. I'm only, I think last I checked, 7 away, something like that. And you know, I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to bribe people to subscribe to my channel, but it's more of an appreciation thing, and you know, I'm gonna do it whether I make the 250 or what, but I was just kind of giving it a 250 goal for me more than, you know, anything else, because I don't care about me being monetized. I just like getting on here and talking to y'all and sharing works and learning from you as I'm going. I'm learning a whole lot from you guys, and figuring, you know, how to just be family on here. You know, I kind of think of y'all as extended family, and it's kind of fun. You know, we get in lives, we have a good time, we cut up and joke, and we're there for each other, and you know, we got prayer warriors in here that I think are amazing, and that's just, you know, the way we roll, and I enjoy that, and that's my way of saying, hey, I made it to 250, and I'm gonna do a giveaway. And like I showed you guys in one of the videos, you're gonna be able to pick one of those bags I crocheted, and I'm gonna, of course, throw some other stuff in there. Just don't know what all yet, but it's just, you know, it's my way of saying thanks. And you know, I'm gonna stay on here as long as I'm able, and you know, watch you guys and try to be a part of your channels, and you know, show you some of the things that I make. And if you guys have any questions, you know, if I can help, I'll try to answer you the best I can. And just do, you know, take it from there. And you know, what all comes up on my channel is, you know, you guys keep liking and letting me know. I'll keep putting it out there when I can, however, you know, whatever I decide to make at the moment. Tell you some stories, just whatever, you know. But yeah, it's been really hot here, and school's getting ready to start here in August. I think they going back on the 12th or the 16th, something like that. My grandkids are. My grandson's going to be a senior, and my granddaughter's going to be a sophomore, and yeah, a few more years, and then it'll probably be an empty nest here. So after 6 boys and 3 grandkids that have lived with me, yeah, I'll be ready for the retirement. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, you know, raising your grandkids, it's been fun. It really has. Because you're more laid back than you were when you had your children. When you had your children, everything could happen, but you know, and you were always worrying. But when you got your grandkids, I think you're more laid back. So it was easier to raise grandkids than it was the boys. But yeah, and I guess that's about it, guys. I'm running out of things to talk to you about. But like I said, I wanted to get on here and show you what I've been working on, let you guys know I'm still around, and we're real close to that 250. I'll probably be jumping on here and figuring out a way to do the giveaway for this these bags, or pick your choice of the bag. Not real sure how I'm going to do that one yet. My husband got me I could tell you guys that one. He got me one of them little rolling things. Got the bingo balls in it, and you just roll it and the little balls roll out. He said, well, I thought you could maybe do something like that on your channel. And I thought about it, and I thought, well, I'm not real good. I haven't done any lives yet, so I'm going to try to figure out everything I'm doing a live, and when I'm not so nervous and I know what I'm doing a little better. I don't want to take away from anybody or anything, but maybe I'll do bingo one night or something every couple weeks or whatever. It's according to how good I get at, you know, being able to do a live. And maybe prizes would be like, oh, I don't know, different things, you know. I don't stockpile yarn. I don't have a whole lot of yarn. I just get it when I see it, or if it's on sale, or something like that. I'll grab what I need for the project, or, you know, embroidery things. But I've been doing a lot of this and that. It might even be just different things. Might be gift certificates. I don't know. It's something I'm thinking about. And if I do something like that, I'd kind of like somebody to, you know, collab with me on that and kind of help me out with that. So that's something I've been thinking about. But like I said, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, take their bingo nights away, or, you know, their time slots away, or anything like that. I don't want to do nothing like that. So you know, if it's gonna offend anybody or whatever, let me know in the comments and I won't do it. So but yeah, it's been nice getting on here talking to you guys, and I don't want to make this any longer than it is. I'm already at 25 minutes, so I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna sit here and work some more on this, and when I get it done, I'll show you guys, and I get the reef done, I'll show you guys. And I guess with saying that, I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, be kind. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.